What's up, YouTube? Stocks by the numbers here. Real quick update here on the S&P 500 because I know we had multiple people come out and talk about a potential high at around 44.50, and it looks like even though the S&P has broken above that at a couple of times here on a few points, if you look throughout the day, it really did have that resistance and then start to drop down afterwards. Now, when the day started out, obviously we were in this uptrend. We began tightening. In the Discord, of course, if you're not in the Discord, you didn't hear about the play, but in the Discord, I typed out some SPY puts there. We hit the apex, and then we began to pull back, sausage for a little bit, took a next chunk down, and then we began to rise a little bit. Now, also, not only were we kind of approaching a potential apex here, but also right here at 2 o'clock was when the minutes came out, and you can see they tried to bring the SPY back up and then bounced it down. And even though it was spiking with some volatility, it was still staying in this range. And then it just completely broke down here. And since 222, apparently, that was the time to buy. That was the time to bounce. And then it completely just retested this fib of about 44.52 here on the S&P. However, if we stretch these out a little bit, see, now you can see, right? And you see how it dropped down out of this channel that we were in and then kind of immediately got back in there. And now it's staying in that same channel and tightening as we're approaching this apex. So right now it's 322. So that's why I always say, see, like here is 330. And even like, where are we? Yeah, see, here is like 345. And see how it would still be in that channel? And we will most likely break sometime soon and drop back down. And remember, you know, they brought it all the way down here, and then they brought it all the way up here, and now it should come all the way down there. So obviously, it's going to be hard for you to see this, but, you know, I just want to show you guys that, you know, this is some of the analysis I do throughout the day. And if I do see, you know, like a rising wedge on the NASDAQ, or if we see, last time we saw a descending wedge on VXX, which is the S&P volatility index, right? And we made a play on that. There were one or two people in the Discord who jumped in on those VXX calls and made a couple of bucks. So again, just to remind you, there are multiple ways to play these situations. You can buy the index ETFs, of course, SPY for the S&P 500, QQQ for the NASDAQ, DIA for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And of course, again, you can do things like the VXX. You can play the volatility rise as the index goes down. So, you know, just wanted to show you guys again that, you know, if you're really sharp, and again, I know it sucks because you kind of got to sit here and stare at the screen for hours straight and wait for a pattern or something to catch your attention. But, you know, obviously, it could be worth it. You know, there are people who sit here and do this all day and make, you know, tens of thousands, if not more, every day consistently. And the reason is, I promise you, it's because they grab their coffee, they sit down here at the screen, and they don't move. They don't move. So that's why I always say you have to stay sharp, you have to stay focused, you have to stay disciplined. If it was easy, everyone could do it. You know, if you're expecting consistent returns 8 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, but you're barely doing any research and you're just buying something on a whim, obviously, you know, you're going to end up being wrong more than you're right. But here, looking at the daily on the SPY, we can see that the last time the RSI got up above that 70-plus benchmark, we had a nice big pullback to around that mid-Bollinger Band level, which obviously would be a nice little drop here, and you can see that the RSI is right around that 70 mark. So, in my opinion, we really should start dropping here. You can see the MACD hit this high and then begin to curl down and cross, and now obviously it crossed back, but again, I think we're in like this downward channel, so if we were to draw our trend lines here, you would see that we're probably near the top of that trend and should technically curl and continue downward. Just my opinion, of course. Switching over here on the weekly, we can see the MACD has just been absolutely running. The SPY right now is basically at the top Bollinger Band. You know, it really began to spike up in the last couple of weeks, really since June, and that's why we say what goes up must come down. And RSI up here at 68.5. You can see the last time it touched, it immediately had that pullback. So that's why, in my opinion, I do think it's going to pull back. And obviously, I know it is more expensive, but if you did want to jump in on the option side and buy yourself some decent amount of time on some SPY puts, I think it's going to work out pretty well for you. Both potentially in the short term, but obviously more in the long term, right? It's all about time. That's what I always say. But just wanted to do this quick update video here. I'm not gonna keep going here. So stocks by the numbers. Like the video, thumbs up, algorithm, share the video. Subscribe to the channel. That is our handshake agreement. Again, I'll do little update videos on the markets, on any stocks we've been talking about. If I was right, if I was wrong, right? You guys see me go back. We do the how did I do, let's review. You get some right, you get some wrong, but you try to see what went wrong so you can always be right. And again, that's our handshake agreement there. You subscribing to the channel. I'll make some short-term call-outs in the Discord. I'll post some of these videos. All I ask is push the subscribe button. That is how you help me help you. But moving forward, like I always say, I understand that markets are rocky and they're very volatile and they're very uncertain. So I want to wish everyone success. I hope everyone makes a couple of dollars. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you in the next video.